please make a video explaining the start of your journey. I probably won't, because it actually has nothing to do with, you know, progressing anybody else's life to any degree. I mean, I could tell you my story right now. You know, funnily enough, one of my friends, when I was 15, I was extremely religious at the time, and I used to pray all the time, literally, and I could never conceptualize why we were in the ends and my family would be struggling the way that they would, despite God, you know, being this entity, so on and so forth. And then, you know, just paradoxical questions like, you know, people in church giving testimony that God, you know, gave them that job, but then there's a kid that's dying somewhere praying for food or praying for safety, and that kid is not getting fed or any particular degree of safety. And I could never, you know, my mind, other people have the capability of just bypassing that. My mind could never. Like, if the slave and the slave master pray to the same God, whose prayers are answered? You know, the idea, all of these kind of religious critiques. So eventually I ended up reading the Bible when I was 16. I read it literally front to cover, but I didn't read it for spiritual understanding. I actually read it for intellectual understanding, and those are two different things. I like to preface it with that. Then of course I wanted to figure out who wrote the Bible. Then I said, okay. Then I came across scholarly work, you know, talking about how the Gospels were actually written, you know, years later after the actual events occurred, and a whole bunch of stuff. Then I got into the missing Gospels, the Nag Hammadi text, the Apocrypha. Then I said, cool, let me study other religions. I got the Quran, I read that. I got the Bhagavad Gita, read that. The Tao Te Ching, read that. And this was nothing more than my mind just trying to conceptualize all of these things and, you know, make sense of it. And yeah, here we are.